Yo, what's good? What's good? At my hotel in Quibdó, Choco. So this is kind of a few days before Sampacho. I wanted to just kind of get a vibe of the city again before it get too crazy. Um, so I'm having a little breakfast right now. But yeah, I'm headed to Tumaco tomorrow. Um, just to kind of do a compare and contrast in the same trip. I've been to Tumaco before, been to Quibdó before, so yeah, I want to see kind of compare and contrast the weather, the vibe, energy, things like that. So excuse me if you hear people talking in the background or whatever. Um, but yeah, trying to decide if Colombia is still a place to live and or visit. So it's definitely still a place to visit for me. Medellin is still a city that I would continue visiting, and so now I've been just trying to add an Afro-Colombian city to see if it's somewhere that I can live and or or I can visit and or live. I will say, being this the second time in Quibdó, I know this isn't a place that I could live. Um, I'm still on the fence on visiting. When I say visiting, I mean like making it a frequent visiting place. So it's not. I'm not there yet as far as I could see myself. Um, every time I come to Colombia, I'm coming to Quibdó. Um, there are some things that would have to happen for me to want to do that. I would have to have, certain relationships. I would have to feel the relationships would be key. People I know, or if it's anyone special here, or just if I feel like it's just a vacation. Tumaco has a beach; it's on the ocean. Quibdó is not on the ocean; it's on a river. There's not really that vacation element that I look for when I want to frequent a place, which really entails a beach. But at night, the weather is not too bad. There are a lot of things you can do as far as nightlife. Having drinks or restaurants and things of that nature. So I really don't want to make. I'm really not going to make a true conclusion until I kind of compare and contrast Tumaco and Quibdó. But Quibdó is one of the cities that I wanted to feature on my No Excuse channel for Afro Sundays. So the jury is still out on Quibdó. So I'm eating kind of like a rice and beans dish they make for breakfast. I forgot what they call it, calentao or something like that is what they call it. And I got like scrambled eggs and a arepa, juice and coffee, all those things. So what else I want to mention about Quibdó so far? Some things have closed since the last time I've been here. A restaurant that I enjoy is no longer open. You may get that in some places you travel to, where the economy isn't that stable or it's not enough tourism. So some places may not be open. That was open the last time you visit, so I encountered that. A lot of people was telling me to be careful with my phone out. They do that in most Colombian cities anyway. You ask people how dangerous Quibdó is compared to other cities. I've been to Turbo. Every city I've been to, they always say that their city is more dangerous than others. So it's a subjective thing. I've asked police officers too, hey, is this city more dangerous? You will get different answers each time. How I feel in Quibdó, I'm in Central, and most people say that Central is the safest part of Quibdó. I think most people that come to Quibdó are come to Central anyway. There's a lot of police presence. I've walked around Central, and I feel pretty. I don't feel an element of danger, even though it may be lurking or present. I don't feel it. And I always feel more comfortable around people that look like me anyway, opposed to Medellin, where most people don't look like me, so it's hard for me to read those people. I can read. I can read body language better on people that look like me because I'm more familiar with a lot of different things. So, trying to think anything else I could say. There's a large indigenous population too. So I've seen a lot of indigenous people, which is kind of cool. It kind of makes sense because Quibdó was a place where enslaved people escaped, and they basically moved to the jungles, and the Spaniards didn't want to go look for them or didn't want to be in these areas. So you got indigenous people that were pretty much untouched, and you got a lot of African people or people of African descent that were untouched or not mixed with. So you'll see those indigenous people and the Afro-Colombians, So I think Tumaco is an Afro-Colombian city too. Percentage-wise, I'll know I'll confirm again when I get there, but I would say Quibdó has a large percentage of black people, and I believe Bonaventura does too. Tumaco probably is, if I'm guessing, maybe 60-70% black, while you have like Quibdó or Bonaventura are probably about 80-90% black. So that's kind of how I see it when it comes to that. Friendliness, I've ran into people that have been very friendly, especially some of the guys here. Women tend to be a little bit more cautious, skeptical. I think they do recognize if you're not from there, and a lot of them want to take their time getting to know you. It's not like, oh, hey, let's meet up tomorrow for lunch or something like that. It takes a while for them to get comfortable or to trust. I've noticed that with a lot of Afro-Colombian women. They're very cautious on, meeting, talking, and things like that. Even if they're interested, they don't really show you they're interested. They're, like you'll, in some places like in Cartagena, I'll get eye contact with women, whether I'm at the mall or out. Eye contact is pretty common in Cartagena, but outside of Cartagena, the Afro-Colombian women, you'll catch them looking at you like, they won't give you the eye contact, but if you turn back and you'll catch them looking at you, so they don't really give you the choosing signals off the bat. But if you talk to them, you'll see that a lot of them are very, open to, exchanging numbers and things of that nature. So that's kind of where I'm at. Logistic-wise, getting here, you got to get here through Medellin, EOH Airport, not the international airport, the second airport in Medellin to get here. And the only challenge with that is you can't really book those flights online. You got to book them when you're here. And a lot of times you're doing that, you're probably going to be paying more of a higher price. Maybe about $100 each way. It's not too bad, but you know, if you were able to buy it online like 3 months in advance, it'll probably be more of like, you know, $50 each way or something like that. But that's all I got in the meantime. I'll give you guys an update of when I go to Tumaco.